9 months ago, I made a video about HQ, which definitely not the best video on my channel, and in the same time, I'm not really satisfied with guides about it from other people. So I decided to remake a guide about HQ in my style, as I usually do. Short and informative as possible. First of all, what's the point of investing your time and money in HQ? HQ gives you different advantages. Additional 4 loadout slots, free ground vehicle slots, 7 helicopter slots, discount for vehicle repair, and the most important, passive way to earn in-game currency. 18k or 8k in one day, which depends on resource you chose to sell. We will talk about it in the end of video. How much does it cost to upgrade HQ to its maximum? I would say something about 500k. You'll need money not only for upgrades, but also for employees. And they might be pretty pricey, which depends on their stats. On top of that, you'll need to get resources to upgrade HQ. For new players, 500k might be a big price, but in fact, it's not that big, because in future it will pay off in much bigger amount. Where you can access HQ menu. You can do it in My HQ, it serves as separate game mode in menu. Also you can do that in open world, in room on your left, on FOB spawn. And outside near extraction for supply vehicles. Let's go through the HQ menu. In overview you can see general information about your HQ, and personal you can see all your employees and all their stats, you can assign them to different divisions, and you can fire them. In logistics you can see how much storage you have and how much storage each person gives. Storage capacity depends only on personnel that you assign to logistics division and their skill level. So if you have no one in logistics division, you won't have any storage space as well. In operations, you can assign employees to gather different resources. How fast they're gonna get them depends on their skill level. In deliveries, you can sell resources. How many you can sell them in one time depends on personnel skill level. You can sell up to 20 units of resources in one delivery. Delivery itself takes 1 hour, which you won't be able to affect in any way. Amount of deliveries is limited only by percent on the left. Since one unit takes 5%, in my case I can sell 242 units of resources in one time. In command you can hire new personnel. New personnel appears every 12 hours. Amount of new personnel and how high their skill level will be depend on skill level and amount of people that you have in command division. In training you can increase skill level of your employees. You can do that only up to A plus rank. To do that, you need to put someone with high rank in teacher section and someone with lower rank in student section. Teacher will be able to increase level of student only up to 1 rank lower of teacher level. You can increase level of few students in the same time. But all the stuff takes so much time that I would recommend to forget about training section at all. In mechanics section you can choose for which vehicle class you want to get discount. Either you can put all personnel in one class for maximum discount in this class, or you can find some balance between two classes, in this way you will have big discount for both of them in the same time. How much discount one worker will give depends on their skill level. But even if you put everyone with highest rank in one class, the maximum you will get is 99%. Because of the way discount works here, assigning everyone to one class is not the best idea, because each mechanic will give you less and less discount. So you better find some balance between ground vehicles and helicopters. Also you can see here planes class, but we don't have them yet, so forget about it. And the last section is construction. That's exactly where you can upgrade your HQ. Airbase give you access to upgrade of other divisions. Barracks increase amount of personnel you can have in your HQ. Logistics and storage increase personnel capacity in logistics division. Ground mechanics increase capacity in mechanics division and amount of slots of ground vehicles. Deliveries increase capacity of personnel in deliveries division. Operations center increases capacity in operations division. Training center in training division, you can forget about upgrading this one. Helicopter mechanics increase helicopter slots and personnel capacity in mechanics division. Airbase management increases capacity of command division. And gunsmiths adds additional loadout slots. On which things you should be focused to upgrade HQ faster? First of all, airbase, since it gives you access to upgrade of other divisions. Second is barracks, so you'll always have space for new employees. Next, logistics and storage, so you'll have enough space for resources that you'll need for upgrades. Then airbase management, so you'll get more and better employees faster. And finally, Operation Center, which will help you to get all needed resources faster. Other things you better upgrade after you reach max level in division stated before. How exactly you need to assign your personnel? While you're farming resources, you better put everyone in logistics and other people in operations. If you want to quit the game, you better put everyone in command, so once you log back in, you'll get more and better personnel for hire. And other personnel you can spread between operations and logistics. In this way you'll get some extra resources. For all upgrades in HQ, you'll need resources. There are two ways how to get them. You can do that through operations, but if you just started HQ, it will take ages to get them. Or you can get them by stealing supply vehicles around the map. which is much more effective way. Map with all supply vehicles locations you can find on PRM5 wiki. I will leave link in description. By stealing supply vehicles, you get not only resources, but in-game currency as well. What's the most effective way to get resources? First of all, you need to do that on private server. Secondly, it really depends on the fact if you are doing it alone or with friend, for example. And the reason of that, not because it will be easier, but because of other thing. Once compound is clear and there will be no players on compound, all supply vehicles will despawn. So if you want to steal all supply vehicles from clear compound, you need to ask your friend to stay there. Or you can log in from second account on different device and leave it on compound. In this way you can clear out some fort or naval base. Both of them have pretty enough resources of all types. In other case, the most effective way I found for myself is getting metals from operations and other types of resources from Ronograd city. It's pretty easy to get them from this compound. Once you stole all supply vehicles, restart private server and repeat. Important thing that you must know about supply vehicles is once you get supply vehicle out of compound from which you stole it, once you leave vehicle, it will despawn after 15 seconds. Once you fully upgraded HQ, the only two things left to do are buying employees with max rank in one of divisions and selling resources. Which resource you better to sell depends on how often you can log in. Construction materials and fuel need the same amount of time for employees to get them, but fuel is more expensive. The same goes about equipment with metal. They need the same amount of time, but metal is more expensive. So in the end, we have choice between two types of resources. Metal takes more time to get, so it's perfect choice if you don't wanna log in too often. But you'll get about 2 times less money from that compared to fuel. In case of other variant, with max rank of employees in operations and logistics, you'll have to log in one or twice in a day. But you'll get more money from that, which will be more noticeable on bigger distance. So choose on your preference. But keep in mind that you can also play this game on your phone. So in this way you can log in from your phone just to sell resources. I think I mentioned everything that you must know, so if you found this video useful, leave a like and some comment. It helps a lot with video promotion. Join my Discord server with builds, tier list and other useful information. If you really like my content, you can support me on Boosty, and see you next time.